Hello everyone, this is Tumugonze Timothy and I'm a content creator at Ultimate Multimedia Consult. Today we are going to look at graphic design. What's graphic design? What comes into your mind when you hear the term graphic design? We are going to first look at this term in detail. It has graphic and design. What is graphic? When you look, talking of this graphic can mean the art and expression of something using the elements, the visual elements. The visual elements, I mean, are the lines, the shapes, the texture, the colors. When you look at this design can mean the looks and functionality of something, the purpose of it, what is it, anything. By its design you can definitely know that this is a shoe, this is a cup, this is what, when you see its design. So that's what gives you, by its looks, that gives you that's what we call the design of something. What's graphic design as a term? When you talk about graphic design, as you can see here, everyone, graphic designs, these are image styles that utilize shapes, geometry, and color. Can be a shape, animation, table, or graph. Graphic design does not mean how colorful something is. This graphic design, it's a powerful tool that influences how we perceive information. For example, the products and brands. So it helps us to tell the visual story of something. Alright, let's move on to that. I think everything is clear on that. Let's talk about the principles of design. The principles of design, these are very, very, very vital when it comes to designing. You should consider them. You should consider these key principles if you want to bring out some interesting work, some meaningful artwork. So let's first go with hierarchy. Simply, this can mean that you show the importance. When you are designing graphic, you should clearly show the most important information, going down to the least important information. For example, if you are designing graphic of Yaka, you should clearly know what's the most important information there, the website. So you should put the website up, www.yaka.cc. It's the most important thing. You list it up there. So as you go down, let me first show you something here. Let's get an example of this. This is different from the other I was talking about, but let's use this as an example. When you look at this graphic, you can see that the most important thing, it is Ad Solvers Consult Limited. This is the most important thing. It's at the top most. Going down to the file your text with us, the services and the numbers. You can see this is what I was talking about, the hierarchy of the info. We go about, and our next is balance. You should know how to balance. Balancing your work. It should be balanced. to the center. Things of designing your graphic, some info is the other side and the other info is also the other side. That one does not clearly show something really impressive to someone. You should make your graphic and you should make your graphic in a way that your info inside it's well balanced. We look at the simplicity of something. On this, you make sure that your information is very, very simple. Don't use a lot of texts. The moment you start feeding in a lot of texts, just know your information that's no longer a graphic design. Make sure you use less text. If something can be represented by an icon, use that. For example, the phone icon, WhatsApp, you should make sure you use them than texting, so that when someone can clearly see it, it brings a meaningful impression to them. So you should make sure you use less text. It should be very simple for someone to understand. Either way around. So when you talk about alignment, your work should be well aligned. For example, like here, your work should be well aligned. Look at these services. Your work should be well aligned. When something is not aligned, does not clearly show. It looks disorganized. Really, that's also an important principle when designing. The other principles that are not here, but you can also talk about them. There is a repetition. When you are designing, you make sure that your colors, the colors you use, are constant. That's repetition. The colors you are using are constant in the shapes, the font. You remain constant with that. That's another principle of designing. You make sure that the shapes that you are using and the colors, the fonts, are constant. For example, this, as you see here in the services, this is the same text, the same font. When you look at the shapes, this and the other, and this one up, it clearly shows there's some sort of repetition in that. We can talk of proximity. This involves placing the related content together, like when you look at contact us. The contact us, when you look down here, we have the numbers, and we have the email. You can have the WhatsApp number. You can clearly show their handles. So when you look at this information should be together. It should be together. It should clearly show it. It's together. You cannot put here the numbers and put your email somewhere else. That does not show proximity. Another thing, you should show the functionality. The functionality of the design. That's another principle. Functionality. It should clearly show that what you are designing is a poster. It should clearly show by design that what you are designing is a brochure, ad, infographic. It should be seen. It should be directly seen by someone who views your graphic design. And let's move on to something else. We are going to talk about the types of graphic design. These are the types. There's branding, advertising and marketing, and publication designs. So when you talk in the branding in branding designs, these are types of design that focuses on creating a visual identity. For example, logos. We have logos. We can have there's also typography, and we can also talk about what else. Those branding those branding elements. Some brands can also use the same font for all their graphics. When you talk about those elements that clearly show a brand, they also, some brands also can use colors. For example, Airtel, those brands can also use colors. They can choose to use colors. The next is advertising and marketing. So when you look at advertising and marketing, let's talk about brochures. We can also talk about billboards. You can also talk about ads. Yeah, all these are all these fall under the category of advertising and marketing. So these the way all these types are designed, they have different focuses. They have very, very different focuses. For the branding, its main focus is on something that can stick into someone's mind. So the main focus on branding, it's for the viewer to stick, for the viewer be able to see something and acknowledge it and differentiate it from other brands. When you look at maybe let's say Apple, its logo, it's clearly different from other brands when you look at it. So here is the main focus when you are designing. It's to differentiate a certain brand from other brands. When you are the key focus in advertising and marketing, their focus is on creating promotional materials, and includes also creating eye-catching. It also involves creating an eye-catching impression to the viewers. Yeah, that's its main focus. So when you look at the brochure, when you look at the billboards on the roads, when you look at the ads or their designs, they have this similar element of attracting someone to see them. So that's why it should be very, very, very nice, and very, very nice and impressing to someone when he sees it. Let's talk about publication designs. Publication designs, this is their main focus is on the outlines, for example, the books, the book covers, on the other printed materials, magazines, newspapers, and newsletters. So that's their main focus when designing. Let's move on to our next. So we are going to also look at the importance of graphic designs. Our first point is it shows creativity and innovation among the audience. When you come up with your design, you have to put in that art. You should come up with your art that's when someone sees it, is able to see your creativity in that. Design speaks better than words. Of course, when someone when you have seen a design, or any type of design, you clearly see. It's easier to get information from a design than words. Yeah, for example, if something it's in paragraphs, someone cannot clearly know what's there. Than if someone has designed something, someone can clearly see that on site. So we go to our third point: advertising and marketing. Graphics are essential for advertising and marketing efforts. We already talked about something like that. The use of brochures, the use of posters, the use of infographics. These graphics, when they clearly show information easily to someone, and this boosts the advertising industry. So by the use of graphics, it's very, very easy to push and promote a brand in any way. So let's move on to our next point: user experience. UX designs in the digital realm. Graphics play a critical role in UX designs. This one to drive us to developers. So there's this UX design. There's a program called Figma. So this program helps to design apps and websites before they are done. So when you design, when something is designed, an app or a website, before it's done, it really helps the developers to know their target, to know what they should produce. That makes it easier for them to do their work. Let's go to entertainment and media. For example, here there is let's first read it. Stunning graphics contribute to immersive and captivating experiences by the use of posters. We already talked about that also. Posters and billboards. This one clearly, and motion graphics. When you go to that side of entertainment, these graphics play a very big role in that, in entertaining people and pushing the entertainment industry. Our last point says data visualization. With the increasing availability of big data, graphics are instrumental in visualizing and analyzing complex data sets. Yeah, we also talked something about that. Let me give you an example of the budget. When a budget is drafted and it's texts, someone cannot clearly know, or don't have that time to read everything that's inside. So when you use a graph to portray that information, someone can clearly know that this sector has a higher percentage than that. This sector has been given more money than the other. So someone can clearly fetch out information from such a design. So in graphic design, there are two types of tools. There are online tools and offline tools. So on the online tools, there's Canva, there's Adobe Spark Post, there's Poster, Mawall, Pixel, Scroll, Design Board, Photo, and Pictochart. So it's very, 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 very important for you to choose any of these and try out. And I'm going to make a video showing how to design a poster using Canva in the next video, so I'll also check on that. It's another thing you should, if you are to design graphics, you should know how to use one online tool and the other offline tool. If you effectively know, if you are to become a real graphic designer, you cannot know just online tools. But if the internet is not there, what will you do? You cannot only know the offline tools. What if you don't have your PC and you have to use another person's PC? What will you do as a graphic designer? You should be able to be flexible on that. And the offline tools, we have Adobe Photoshop, Microsoft Word, Adobe Illustrator, CorelDRAW, Sketch, InDesigner, MLP. Yeah. Also in this one, I'll show some basics on how to design in Adobe Photoshop. Yeah, this is Canva, Spark, Microsoft Word, poster manual. Alright then, I'd like to thank you for being with me up to this. I wish you the best, and don't forget, watch out my video. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to design a poster in Canva. Alright, thank you then for watching.